Hello folks, how should one prepare if you're starting right about now, the first week of May? How should you plan for this? Fine. Typically when we do a prepare from any month thing, we say this is a schedule, this is what you should follow, you should finish this syllabus, you should learn in 3 phases, you should learn first, consolidate next, and then do mocks right at the end. That's our usual script. This time they said, look, let's do something slightly different. Kind of give a preparation plan for different categories of people. And the first one is what we call the quick whiz, and the worriers and the bounce backers. Right? So the quick whiz, it's people who started very early. They said, look, CAT is going to happen in 2024 November. Right now in November 2023, I have 12 months. I'll prepare beautifully. I'll not let anything to chance. I'll prepare everything from fundamentals. I'll do lots of questions. And then there's a buzz about the beginning part of the journey, which is November, January, February, or any first 3 months. And then other things come in. There's some beautifully exciting set of movies. There's election news that you have to follow. There's good old IPL. Lots of things come, and then you lose fizz. You lose the buzz in the preparation. When you start off, there is a buzz about it. There is a mechanism where you're feeling excited. You're going for a target, and then one thing slips, and then one more thing slips, and you're doing 15 hours a week. It's become 8 hours a week. It's become 4 hours a week, and you know what? Last month, 2 weeks, you didn't even prepare. That can happen. If that has happened, it's right now the time to get back onto the horse. One of the advantages of starting early is that you can goof off, you can have a bad spell and then bounce back. But then there's got to be a mechanism to come back. You have to pull yourself up and say, look, I'm not letting this go away. If you started with 12 months to go for the exam, you're in a good place. You have a room to have a couple of occasions where you bounce back and kind of guilt trip yourself back into shape. Now, how do you go about it? Put 2 tracks. If you start afresh now, then you feel like, look, I didn't do anything for 6 months, which is a pain. But if you keep doing that over and over again, then you will revisit everything that you have learned. You will feel like you're not moving ahead. You're not completing new topics. And you'll also realize there's every chance, if you've prepared sluggishly for 2-3 months, you'll realize that whatever you prepared in Feb has completely flown out of your head by the time it's May. Right? It will come back. It will definitely come back, but you need to have the confidence. So prepare with kind of 2 tracks. One to recap, revise, get it back into your box and say, look, now I've got percentages into it. Now I understand ratios. This is what quadratic equations are about. Put that in topic inside. That should be your plan, to revise and revisit and get that back. And another track where you say, look, I'm starting a fresh, clean slate. This is my schedule. I'm going to learn 6 topics in quant this month and attack that. And whenever you're preparing, when you're restarting preparation, there's going to be a heavier quant bias. That's all right. Don't worry about it. That's very natural. It is bound to happen. It's already May, so you must also think about having a mock plan. You should say, look, I'm going to take mocks every now and then. How frequently that every now and then depends on you. Depends on whether you've taken CAT before or not, how confident you are, all of that. But it cannot be that you'll say, I'll finish all of this and start taking mocks from July. You've got to take a mock now. Keep that in mind. Right? The second part, people, is the worriers. Right? So it's probably a wrong word. I don't like the word, but hey, it is what it is. The kind of thing where you deferred preparation. You thought about CAT and Jan, Feb, and you said, look, I'll get to it. I'll finish just this thing and come. I'll finish just that one family thing and come. And suddenly you wake up and it's May, and then you tell yourself it's already May. I have only 5-6 months to go. I don't think I can prepare for the whole thing now. What I'll do now, I'll aram say start with a foolproof plan for 18 months. First thing in June, I'll start 18 months. I'll have a crack at it and beautifully crack this exam and then go places. All great, except that it's fraught with risk. If you're starting now, is there enough time to prepare for CAT 2024? 100% yes. And it's not 5-6 months, it's 7 months. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. CAT is spent the last Sunday of November. And so almost a full 7 months are available. Start now. With 7 months to go, 40 hours a month, 50 hours a month, you can prepare really well for CAT. Especially the last 2 months, if you can amp it up to 70-80 hours a month, you can fly. And 60 hours a month, 50 hours a month, anybody can take out. It's 10-12 hours a week. If you're not the CEO of a giant company or president of a country, you can extract 10-15 hours a week for this exam. If you're ambitious, you must extract. And so, is there enough time to prepare? 100% yes. 100% yes. Should you think about 24 or think about 25? 100% CAT 2024. Nothing like it. Should you quit your job and prepare? No. And should I not take a job if I'm a fresher just graduating? Should I just prepare for CAT? The temptation to just prepare for CAT is always there. Don't go down that route. Fine. So have a job, be employed. It's super useful for CAT. Preparation strategy itself. If you're preparing for the first time, there will definitely be a quant bias. So for May through to end of June, practically gobble up topics in quant. Quant is only 1/3 of the exam, but quant occupies more space in the head because of the vastness of the syllabus. There is no syllabus for VRC and LRDA. There isn't any. So you can practically go and attempt 2/3 of the paper just like that. But for quant, you need to know these theorems and formulae and ideas and fundas and concepts. So there is a bias as far as preparation time is concerned for quant. Quant also has this weird thing of kind of sneaking up on you and making you feel like you've not completed things, that you've not dedicated enough time, you're not CAT ready, right? Which is why it is helpful to have a go at it, have a good whack at it very early. So start quant. There will be a quant bias to preparation. So pick up 12, 13 topics in quant and say, I'm not going to do much else. I'll take one odd mock every now and then, but I'm doing only quant prep for the first 6 weeks. Get that into the system. You'll realize that your DILR becomes better. Your ability to concentrate and hang in there and be numerate will amp up. Then bring in other things into the fold. The third category, I've taken CAT. CAT kind of went well, not really badly. I was hopeful, but then the entire result cycle for calls, interviews, and then final results, they've left me disappointed or with mixed feelings. They've left me at a place where I've decided I'm going to give this a go one more time. And so if you're in this category, sometimes a near miss can be disheartening, but sometimes a near miss can be reframed as something that tells you that you've got it. If you got 88th percentile and just missed out on 4 colleges, then you should tell yourself that, hey, a little bit of a tweak here and there, one more year of experience, I get 93 percentile, I'll get these 4 colleges and then some. And I know that with my 88th percentile, I didn't really crack CAT. I can get 93, 94. If anything, I'll try to get 97, 98. Have that as use your disappointment as something that tells you that you have the ability to crack it, so that you have the confidence to say, look, I've got this. I've done this once. I've got 88. I know exactly what this is. I have a feel for it. Now I know with a few adjustments and more intensity, I can get 93, 94. That's what I'm aiming for. Now the bunch of corrections that you need to make, start taking mocks early. First timers typically take far fewer mocks and take mocks very late. Start taking mocks early as quickly as possible. Get a couple of mocks under your belt. It's super important. Second thing to keep in mind, if you had a very specific weakness area, sometimes an 88th percentile is just an 88th percentile. Sometimes an 88th percentile is 94, 93, 48. If you have that, then plug that gap. Sometimes it's just one day of the exam that didn't go your way. Sometimes there's a structural weakness where you're just not up to speed in that section. If that is there, fix that. You cannot say, I still have a weak section when you're going for CAT for the second or third time. Be very clear about it. Get on to the more aggressive mock schedule, a gap filling schedule, and use the fact that you missed out as something that nudges you forward rather than drags you down. A near miss can be viewed either way. Keep that in mind. Finally, anyone who's preparing for CAT, you must read. You must read. So an hour of reading every day practically doesn't get counted in the hours of preparation numbers or mathematics. It comes outside of the 350 hours, 400 hours, whatever that box is. But every single person who says, look, I want to have a shot at this MBA thing, you should definitely read. An hour per day is the benchmark you're looking for. Read whatever catches your fancy. If you're not a reader at all, then start on that, get on that. After a while, increase variety, increase quality, increase range, all of that. When you're starting off, it doesn't matter. But once you pick the habit, then increase the range. But you definitely should read. Right? Lovely. The summer is on us, really ridiculously hot. Make sure that you're well hydrated. Make sure you don't fall sick. Look out for people around you. Make sure you stay indoors as much as possible. This stuff is really frighteningly hot. It's so hot that I think all of us need to account for it very aggressively in our day-to-day. You should say, look, I'm going out, I'll leave at 6. I want to finish one round of meeting people, I'll leave at 6 a.m., finish that and come. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'll be the master of the indoors. Fine, so keep that in mind. Stay fit, stay indoors, stay hydrated. Best wishes for you.